Greetings, I'm Mr. K.
And I'm Mrs. Kate.
We're a couple hailing from the city of New York that loves to travel and explore.
We would like to invite you to join us as we experience new and exciting things in life.
What's good, guys? Welcome back to our channel. If you're new here, don't forget to subscribe. We do videos on food, travel, and experiences, and we release those videos on Thursdays. We recently wrapped up our Miami series, but we also had a few more videos regarding Miami in mind. As you can tell from the title, today we'll be discussing the top 5 places you must eat in Miami.
This list was not easy to come up with. We tried so many foods and it was so hard to narrow down just 5. There's also a ton of other restaurants we haven't tried yet and we'll definitely try when we go back.
So without further ado, here are our top 5 places you must eat when visiting Miami.
Kicking off the list at number 5, we have GreenStreet Cafe. This is what really surprised us. It was a restaurant that was near our Airbnb in Coconut Grove, and we figured why not give it a try.
From the outside, it seems like your typical brunch spot. There was a ton of people when we arrived, and it was a waiter, obviously. And the thing here to get is, without a doubt, their coconut-crusted French toast. Thick slice of bread, drenched in an eggy batter with coconut flakes, dusted with powdered sugar, topped with banana slices, and syrup drizzled on top. Why would you even doubt something like this?
And we can't stop thinking about the French toast here, and definitely will be back for sure.
Down to number 4, we have Doggies Arepa. Just like GreenStreet Cafe, this restaurant surprised us as well.
We ate here as our first meal when we arrived to Miami. This wasn't planned at all. We were so hungry and looked up the closest restaurant to us that looked relatively yummy. Their food were really delicious and we were not expecting that. We loved it so much, so we ordered from it more than once during this trip.
We highly recommend their arepas, Santa Barbara, and Mexicana. But in all honesty, you could randomly pick out any of their arepas and it'll be a fantastic choice. Their warm, soft arepas are all packed out, ready to burst with all the filling they stuff inside. The meat is well seasoned, juicy, and flavorful.
There are a couple locations, but the one that we went was in Coral Way.
My mouth is watering just thinking about it. And coming in at number 3, we have Ceviche 105. We had done our research prior to arrival, and the spot came up a few times. They have a few locations, but the one we went to was around downtown Miami. We saw that it was a Peruvian restaurant, which is known for their ceviche, which got us very excited. The restaurant was pretty packed and lively. Their ceviche lived up to our expectations. It was well seasoned and fresh, which is the most important when it comes to seafood.
But what really surprised us was a dish called arroz con marisco. It was recommended to us by our waitress, similar to a seafood paella. This dish is very rich. We smell strong seafood as they arrive to our table. There are fresh mussel, squid, clam, shrimp, scallop, all combined with yellow rice. They also added melted cheese, which brought an unexpected and mind-blowing layer. You definitely shouldn't miss a spot when you are in Miami. Coming at number 2, we have the famous Versailles Cuban restaurant in the heart of Little Havana.
This is probably expected, as most lists, if not all, probably have some Versailles on there, but we think this spot truly lived up to the hype. It's a big establishment with a restaurant and a bakery.
As you walk into the restaurant, you immediately notice how big the place is. Open dining room with lots of seating.
We ordered their Cuban sandwich, which didn't disappoint. It comes with ham, roasted pork, Swiss cheese, pickles, mustard, all in a crispy bread. We think it's a perfect combination for success.
Now, no trip to Versailles is complete without Cuban coffee either. After our delicious meal, we went over to their bakery and got their colada, a drink that's perfect for sharing with friends.
But be warned, this drink is super sweet, and in my opinion, just a straight shot of sugar. Versailles is labeled as the most famous Cuban restaurant in the world, and we now see why. And before we get to our number 1 spot, we feel like we had to include a few honorable mentions. Like we mentioned before, coming up with this list was tough, and we loved these spots as well, and just wanted a way to include them on our list. Azucar Ice Cream is a famous establishment also in the heart of Little Havana, serving up great local and seasonal ice cream flavors. It's always hard to say no to such a treat. Their Boya Maria flavor is the most popular, which includes vanilla ice cream, guava, cream cheese, and crushed Maria cookies. It's a wonderful way to end a meal.
Next stop that is worth mentioning is the Salty Donut, a donut shop not just found in Miami, but also in Florida and Texas. This place serves some creative donuts with very unique ingredients. I mean, it's very hard to say no to a donut. They also have this lemonade coffee, which apparently is a thing, but we have never heard it before. We did try it. It was like 2 flavors didn't mix and taste exactly a lemonade and coffee. A very strange combination, but I won't say that I won't ever order it again.
Our last honorable mention before we get to our top spot to eat in Miami is Coyo Taco, another restaurant that came up in our research. Coyo Taco was very good. Even though nothing really stood out to us, their meat was packed with flavor and had fresh ingredients. Overall, a great choice if you love tacos. And last, but definitely not least, our number 1 place you need to eat in Miami is, drumroll please,
Joe's Stone Crab.
Joe's Stone Crab is a famous restaurant where you can get amazingly fresh stone crab. For those of you who are unfamiliar, stone crab is a type of crab where the claws are ceramic-like, so quite literally like a stone. What's nice is that these crabs are sustainable. You would only eat the claws because their claws would grow back. Native to the South Florida region, these crabs are seasonal, so only available from the months of October through May. Stone crabs are a must for anyone visiting within these months. These claws were incredibly tender and delicious, and when you dip it in a mustard sauce, you get a nice kick.
But the fun does not stop there. Save room for dessert, because you have to eat their key lime pie. I know it might be a big statement, and we haven't eaten a whole lot of key lime pie on this trip, but we can confidently say this is our favorite place for key lime pie, and possibly the best in all of Florida. Their key lime pie has a texture similar to ice cream. It was cool and smooth. Its graham cracker crusts were perfectly crumbly, and you could taste bits of lime as well. It was so delicious.
Joe's Stone Crab is a little more fancier than most, so it was on the more expensive side, and there was a dress code. I was a little confused about the dress code prior to arrival because online it seemed like they took it pretty seriously. But when we got there, we saw people mainly business casual, but also saw people wearing sneakers, polos, t-shirts, and Bermuda shorts. I wore sneakers and a t-shirt, and they allowed me in. We also recommend you make reservations a week prior to arrival to avoid waiting. I read some people could wait up to a few hours, so making reservations is advised.
Overall, this restaurant was too good and we really highly recommend it, and we definitely will be back.
Well, that's it for our list of top 5 places you need to eat in Miami. Let us know what you think of our list, or if there's any spots we left out and we need to try next time we visit.
Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. We release videos every Thursday. See you next week.
We out!